Yo, what's going on, guys? Phaser here, and today I just want to kind of do a little preamble before the video actually starts to kind of give you guys a heads up. So I'm going to show you guys in this video the worlds, like I promised, these worlds over here, the Cyberflux and the 1.21st Let's Play world. I'm going to show you those videos, or those worlds. However, I do want to kind of give you guys a heads up because it is going to seem a little strange, and I don't want you being like, what's going on, and being confused. So the first thing you're going to notice once this cuts away and goes to the video is there is a, I'm going to be in version 1.21.4, not 1.21.8. The next is, if you go again to this world, my world is not going to be there. And instead of saying 8/10/25, it will say like March of this year. So 3/10/25 or something. So if you're wondering why does it say that, why is there a different Minecraft version, and also you're going to notice that I log into a different world. I'm going to log into Galaxia, and I'm also going to, at the end of the video, be apologizing, saying, sorry guys, that we didn't make any progress today. I just wanted to show you guys these worlds. This is all because the video that I'm cutting to is actually a video I recorded over 5 months ago. The reason why I'm playing that video on the world tours instead of recording a new one is because I tried to record, as you can see, I tried logging in to these worlds recently, like yesterday, and I couldn't for the life of me get the recording to work right. So for some reason on my game it was working just fine. It was very smooth, very easy to operate, nothing wrong. But when I went to the Streamlabs version and looked on my Streamlabs screen that I watch on my other monitor to my left, it was very choppy, and it was very it broke up a lot for some reason, and it did not come out well. So I'm really not sure why that was the case. I just was very confused, and yeah, that's kind of why I didn't record recently, as far as today or yesterday for the new one. So this is an old video that I found about 5 months ago, where I was actually doing a tour of the world. Nothing has changed in these worlds, so this is all going to be the same as if I were to show it to you today. So again, I just want to kind of show you guys that this is a old video, so don't be confused if I start talking about another world and when I log into Galaxia, and also when the my world that we're in right now is not there, and that I'm in a different version, and it says that this was 5 months ago. So again, just want to let you guys know. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft, and today we are going to be hopping on this world. And by the way, guys, I thought about this earlier. Before we actually clear this island and make a house, I do want to show you this. So I don't know if you guys were wondering, maybe no one was curious about this at all, but back whenever these two worlds, back whenever I did my first kind of run on YouTube that I talked about last episode, I sort of mentioned that I had other worlds and I did other stuff that I kind of took down. I just wanted to show you guys. So this Cyberflux world was, and if you're wondering, like, what are with these names? Galaxia, Cyberflux, like, why is it named weird like this? Well, Galaxia is a name that I kind of just think is, I don't know, it just sounds cool. I mean, to me, maybe it sounds like completely trash to somebody else, but I don't know, I think Galaxia sounds cool. And Cyberflux, this one is I remember it was a mix of Cyberpunk and I don't know why I put flux, like flux capacitor maybe. I don't know. I just kind of mixed it together. And they say done because like I officially finished the worlds as far as like the YouTube. So this was my very first go around on YouTube, like my first main one. And this one was my second one, like kind of my second run that I kind of took down. As you can see, I logged into them. Today is 3/13 and I logged into them on the 9th. I believe I logged into them the same day that I recorded the first one. So I kind of just want to show you guys real, excuse me, real fast. So this is my first world. So you guys, there was a whole Let's Play series to this. Basically, my bow that I used, my fishing rod, Triton, netherite hoe. This was obviously a wither skull skeleton, or wither skeleton skull. Basically, the elder. This is back in 2023, guys. So you guys can see how far or long ago this was. about a year and a half ago. Elder Guardian I defeated on that day. That's the sponge, like the quote-unquote trophy. Ender Dragon 816, got the egg. I got 2 Totems of Undying, a Gapple. I got the Netherite armor, got the Nether Star from the Wither, got the Warden. It took me about 2 months to track down the Warden, the Deep Dark, and actually beat it because it was so powerful. But I was able to do that. Obviously, my sword, pickaxe, axe, and shovel all Netherite. Got a Dragon Head. That, and then obviously I got my Elytra sitting in this shulker box. And then you come out here, and it looks a little weird because this looks like luxury, right? And then you walk out here and it's like, you know, dirt. But basically, had a stone cutter and all that. This is where I kept my food, all my excuse me, I have a little bit of a cough. I'm gonna try to keep that to a minimal. Building materials, spare armor, swords. Kind of just junk, more junk. This is like seeds and bone meal and stuff, but this is more junk. I had a very small netherite farm. One thing I completely believe in, guys, is efficiency, like for space. So you don't necessarily need massive farms if you want to go automatic and be super efficient. Cool, but at the same time, for me, when you're in a Minecraft world, there's not really a need for all of these like 50 by 50 netherite or carrot farms. Like, I'm not going to eat all that stuff. Like, there's no way I'm going to go through all that. But anyway, I could have amped it up, but this was my villager trading hall. As you can see, it's got, you know, all the enchantments, thorns, piercing. You know, I have my glistering melons. This one, the reason I had this one was because, number one, golden carrots were really satiating, and number two, I was wanting to have glistering melons for potions. And then you have Unbreaking, obviously Flame, and I'm not going to go on forever, but again, more golden carrots and whatnot. But you go all the way. I had signs here, I guess, because they updated versions, the signs went away or something. Now, the reason this is here is because this actually was a tunnel up to the top where I imported these little pathways. I imported zombies to infect the villagers to get better deals. So that's kind of why that looks like that. But this was my trading hall for villagers. Coming up here, I had my upstairs room. This was, as you can tell, I love cherry blossoms, and you're going to see that theme in my next world as well. But I have all my gold. I had a lot more leather, but I guess not. This is more like kind of miscellaneous cool stuff. Had a lot of ender pearls. I'm not going to go show you because it's far away, but I do have a blaze farm in the nether, and I have a enderman farm in the end. And then obviously my iron. I have a lot more. I have an iron farm. I'm not going to go over there, but maybe you can kind of see that glass and those little things over there. That's an iron golem farm that I made. And then down here is more like miscellaneous stuff. I have a lot of diamonds somewhere. I need to find out where, but this is my enchanting room. Kind of go out on this balcony here. And then you go down these stairs, and I have 4 iron golems named after some of my favorite anime protagonists, New Gen and old. So you have Denji, right? You have Gojo, New Gen. You have Gon, which is Hunter x Hunter, kind of older, and of course Goku, older. This was like an automatic. I think this was a melon farm. I want to say this is automatic melon farm. And then that's my one of my cats. I have a lot of animals that I tamed. And then if you go in here, this was for villager. I think this was for villager breeding and getting a bunch of no, this was not villager breeding. What was this? I don't even remember what this was, to be honest. It was something. Have these, you can't really tell, but there's snow golems up here and up there, kind of like for flamethrower towers in case someone got through. And then over here, I have an infinite string farm that if I wanted to... Oh my gosh. You gotta be kidding me. No. Okay, well, that sucks. Well, anyways, guys, basically, oh, jeez. In a nutshell, I'm going to try to block that. In a nutshell, oh, man, really? Anyway, whatever. Yeah, so this was a infinite string farm. Anyway, yeah, basically that's what that was. That's unfortunate. This was a what was this? This was a automatic sugarcane farm, very small, but again efficient. You know, when I would AFK it, I don't know what's in it. Yeah, not much. But when I would AFK this, I would AFK right by the string farm as well, just to get a lot of wool, to be honest. But anyway, yeah, that's a big wall that I built around the base, and then obviously I have a conduit, a ocean conduit or a sea conduit, right there to kind of help breathing, water breathing to do all that. Nether portal into the nether. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of this world. I'm going to go back downstairs to kind of log in because, or to log out because I want to end off right here. And there we go. And then I'll show you guys Cyberflux. This one's a much more developed world. So basically, oh geez, okay, it takes a lot to load in. So as you can see, there's a lot in this world that I haven't gotten to do that I really want. Oh geez, that I really wanted to do. I don't have these named, by the way, but I have a couple iron golems. But I didn't want to really end this world in terms of like progression. But I just kind of lost the desire to play this world just because it was kind of wrapped up. I mean, there was a lot of extracurricular stuff I could have done and maybe in the future, but honestly right now I don't see it. This was a giant farm area, like carrots, potatoes, pumpkins I think, or something, and then there was a wall in the middle separating, and then there was animals there. But basically you come in here, resources, miscellaneous, wood, bamboo, food, seeds and bone meal, miscellaneous, 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 miscellaneous. A lot of miscellaneous stuff, to be honest. And then you go over here. This is nothing special. It's literally just a mine that goes all the way down. So nothing really crazy there. You got a little sleeping quarters here that I'm not gonna try to sleep, but a little sleeping quarters. Go through here. This is just an area. Ooh, spider, be gone. But this was a kind of like a, I don't know what I was gonna do with this. I was gonna make this into something, I forget. But it's a nice view to kind of look over the ocean and kind of look over the courtyard a little bit. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of unfinished things that. It's kind of a sad thing in a way. You know what? I'm gonna sleep because I don't want to deal with mobs. But yeah, it's kind of sad because you want to do a lot of things in a Minecraft world, and I'm sure you guys can relate. Where you go into a Minecraft world and you have intentions to do all these cool things, but unfortunately, at the end of the day, sometimes you just go on to bigger and better things. Sometimes you want to start a new world, and sometimes you want to just, you know, restart. I don't know. By the way, that's a little sky bridge that goes up to here. This was a little storage area. And this continued on to the 3rd floor of this watchtower, and then you come over here and you have your little balcony that kind of overlooks the courtyard and overlooks everything like that. Come over here, and this is where I would do most of my intros. I'd go, yo, what's going on, guys? Phaser here. Welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Let's Play. But anyway, I would do that, and then I would kind of like look over and decide what we're going to do today. So, couple things, unfortunately. Right there where I'm pointing, a lighthouse was planned to be constructed. That never happened. And again, I'm not saying this will never happen, but you know, it's not likely at this moment, just because we're on a new world in the series that we're currently in, as well as it just excuse me, it's got to be something special. It's got to be something like a special reason for me to come back, not just for any other bland old reason, because I probably won't want to. But come over here. This is my enchanting room. Again, kind of the same thing. So a little more recent, 2024, you know, showing the trophies for the Elder Guardian stuff. I never beat the Warden. I never beat the Warden, guys, in this world. That's another thing that's uncompleted, or incomplete. Here, I don't know why I thought that was a chest. I was like, why would I put a chest under here? 2 brewing stands, an anvil, enchanting room. This kind of like my magic room or whatever. But yeah, so we come down here, and I'm sorry this is taking a lot of episode time, guys, but I really just wanted to show you guys this because otherwise you would have never seen this, and this is kind of my previous work. Again, small but efficient, and I would harvest this quite often. Down here, I'll show you that, guys, that in a second. This was not meant to be a sugarcane farm to be super effective, but it was a sugarcane farm nonetheless. I just liked the aesthetic of it. Kind of the mix of like green and sand and kind of symmetry and the water. I just kind of liked that. It was a nice look. This was a doubled, this doubled as a monolith with a lightning rod at the top to catch, because I know lightning for whatever reason struck a lot in this area. So I placed this so the lightning would be attracted to that. So I never actually got it, you know, I never got it to light my house on fire, which is what I was trying to avoid. And also it doubled as, again, another portal. So I'll show you guys the mystical forest in a second. That was one of my most cherished things in this world. But come over here with this little walkway, and you had a little bridge. coming over here, and the lighthouse was going to be right here. Again, not to say it never will be built, but I really, really, really wanted to build that. But again, it just has to make sense. Coming over here and kind of showing you guys the world. This is something else that was incomplete, which is unfortunately something that may never get built. But you know what? I'm gonna try. Is first of all, that's a windmill. So go inside. There's really nothing there. This was not meant to be really a wheat farm, just more so decoration. But you know, it ended up kind of doubling as a wheat farm, even though I had one right here. This is just more aesthetic. But basically, come over here. You know, it's done. Boom, come down. You have all these farms that were over here. Oh, golden carrots. Time for that. I'll show you guys the barn in a second as well. But this was meant to be my inspiration. I think, what did I call this? I think I called this my creative center or something like that, like my creative courtyard. I forget what I called this. But basically, I was going to build 4 symbols of the big 4 that I grew up with in my life. So, for example, in my life, I grew up with Dragon Ball, this is the 4-star Dragon Ball. I know it's not the best, but I did my best to kind of, you know, free draw this or free craft it or whatever you want to call it. But this was the 4-star Dragon Ball. I was going to build a Pokeball in this one, so for Pokemon, so Dragon Ball Pokemon. I was going to build a Minecraft dirt block or a grass block in this, because Minecraft, and I was going to build a Mario star, so an orange star from Mario. So the big 4 that I grew up, the big 4 franchises and things that I grew up with as a kid was Mario, Dragon Ball, Pokemon, and Minecraft. Those are the big 4 for me. You have anime, gaming, another gaming one, and then of course you have your like your card games, you know, your video game crossover as well in Pokemon. So you come over here, and by the way, the tunnel over there just connects to this. It's a little underground railroad type thing, like a subway. Nothing special. Come over here, got some cow farms. I actually got some skeleton horses. And then you come over here, and on this side, I think is sheep. They should maybe all be orange, I think. Yeah, I was doing them orange to make that. And then over here was going to be something else. I think an Enderman placed this. How dare you? Oh, geez, yeah, put it back, Enderman. What were you thinking, dude? Come on, don't be rude. You know what? I'm just going to place this right over here. Is probably where he took it from. So this, guys, is a barn. Now, why would I build a barn? So in real life, my dad... I helped him with this. It's now complete, but me and him, when I was little and still kind of, you know, I say little, I was in college and, you know, the late stages of high school. So not, I mean, younger than what I am now, but not like a little kid. I would help him build this. It was his dream to build a barn, and, you know, I could have built the traditional red barn that you always see in the cliches, but I really wanted to honor my dad, and I really wanted to kind of build a barn so it would kind of be immortalized, you know, just to kind of build something that, you know, it's in a game, and maybe I never log into this world again, maybe I do, but this will never go away. Not unless, obviously, my computer is destroyed. But basically, and the hard drive's destroyed. But basically, yeah, this barn hopefully will be immortalized. It's not to a T. It's not the exact scale, but, you know, he's got open areas that he keeps storage in, which is where I kept the animals. You know, you have the window up top, and you have the lights out front. There should be doors here, but obviously we can't animate doors. The inside looks a lot... It's bigger than this. The ceilings are a lot higher, but... you know, the dimensions, I kind of got them off, unfortunately. You come out the back, and then there's a little stairway here. And you go up, and, you know, the roof looks like this, and then there's another storage way where you can kind of store stuff up here, live up here, build up here, whatever. So this is this barn. So this is definitely, I would say, this is my most personable / favorite build that I have, just because of the, you know, personal sentimental value to it. But this one was my favorite. The Mystical Forest, which I'll show you, was my favorite in terms of The creativity. Oh, by the way, the reason this is here is so my iron golems didn't walk out and just die. So I had to kind of block them. So, and that excuse that. But yeah, so the mystical forest is one of my favorite things that I built. Probably my second favorite, and definitely my most creatively challenging thing to build. Is because it's, as you can see, the cherry blossoms. I'm a big fan of East Asian culture. So Korea, Japan, China to an extent, even Singapore, very, very, but mainly Japan and Korea, very, very, influenced by their culture, as well as very, very attracted to their culture. I like the architecture over there. I like the culture and society over there. I like the food they have over there. I like the traditions they have over there. I like the overall vibe to it. I like that, they like to preserve their traditions, and they like to preserve their, old school style of buildings, and, their shrines. And I like that, they're very respectful and polite. They try to keep peace within the public eye. I like that, their nature's beautiful. I like everything about it. But basically, this one, before I go into it, actually, because there's a couple other things I want to mention. A couple more things that I can't show you because they're not built, which I never got to build, was off that way in the distance. Like if you cross the ocean and go that way, there's a mushroom island that's very, very close. Basically, I wanted to build a city over there, like a full-fledged city. Never got to. And that probably, like, out of anything, that's the thing that probably won't get built, because that takes so much time, unless I go into creative. But I haven't gone into creative ever into this world, and I probably won't ever. But yeah, so that, and then there was something else. I forget what it was, but there was something else I wanted to build. I don't think I ever got to. But this. So you got the traditional Japanese archway, and you come in here, mystical forest, and then you look on this side, main base. So come through here, and this is like this is the I forget what this is. What is this? This is the mangrove planks, and you have the bamboo, of course. So you have the particles on, and you have the lanterns hanging. So you walk through here, and you have a little bit of a, you walk through, and by the way, I walled off this mystical forest with bamboo, so it's like actually its own thing, and there's a reason that the trees are so dense. I made the trees dense on purpose. I planted like 99% of these trees, other than the cherry blossoms. So you come here, and it's a really cool thing, and I think there's a skeleton somewhere stuck in this thing. That pig has been there forever. But yeah, you see the Shrine of Tranquility, so I tried to build a shrine here. Very empty, nothing really here, but just built the shrine. I like to build this little thing with some, lily pads in it. Thought it was pretty cool. I bone mealed this to kind of make it look more naturey and tranquil and all that type of thing. I also bone mealed all this over here. We have the moat that goes around, kind of, giving the illusion and the idea that it's a secluded shrine. You come over here. Lake Acuity. Now, if you guys played Pokemon, you understand this reference. But basically, the Lake Acuity. So I planted all these trees, carved this out, and then you come over here, and it's very hidden. It's very secluded. And you come over here, and it is just a lake, right? So basically, what is that? A white boat? What is that? I don't know. But basically, you come over here, and it's glowstone. I put glowstone up in here. So really, it's like you're secluded from the outside world. You look up and see the sky, the bamboo, you see all the trees and the clear blue water. And it's like a secluded area away from the world. And you come over here, and what I was gonna do, that's the thing that I never got to build actually, was you come over here, and I tried to light this up the best I could so mobs don't spawn. But you come over here, and one thing I didn't get to build or really expand on was, as you can see, very densely packed, very, very densely packed, was this. So this is a natural occurring cave, and I tried to build around it. But I wanted to kind of build like a secret cave cool thing that went here, but I never really got the inspiration of what I really wanted to do with it, so I kind of just didn't do it. And so that's kind of what's going on there. So anyways, guys, that's actually probably going to wrap it up for this episode. I am so sorry if you guys don't like this video because I didn't actually do anything in the world. I'm very sorry if you guys expected progress and you guys didn't get it. And I'm talking about in the main world. But unfortunately, I say unfortunately, I say fortunately, just because, it's been a while since I've seen these worlds in terms of genuinely went and explored them. You know, I logged in a few days ago just to kind of see, you know, how they were holding up, if they were still intact. But yeah, they are, and I'm very, very thrilled to see that. And I'm happy to kind of go down memory lane with... I shouldn't have done that. I really shouldn't have done that. I'm happy to go down memory lane with you guys and kind of revisit everything. And I really think it's cool. I think it's really, really cool that... you know, there are these things that I did back in 2023, 2024 even, that are just kind of, they're still here. They're still here right where I left them, right when I logged off for the very last time all those years ago, or, you know, technically months ago, if you're talking about this world particularly. But, yeah, guys, that is kind of it for this episode. I really just wanted to... you know, show you guys, because I mentioned again in last episode, episode 1, that this was a new start on the channel, that this was a start that, oh, by the way, this is the stuff I had, you know, when I fought the last boss. Never got to Netherite, but that wasn't the focus. The focus with this world, as you can see, the focus in the first world was mainly building. I'm sorry, mainly like efficiency and beating it and like getting the best stuff. This one was more creatively building inspired, so if you couldn't tell. But basically, guys... yeah, first episode I mentioned that this was a fresh start and that I wanted to kind of do something different and restart, and I had a mysterious past that I made unlisted, but unfortunately those videos probably will never resurface. Maybe they do, I don't know. But yeah, I am very thrilled to be able to go back into memory lane to show you guys the worlds that I used to have. I still have them, but that I used to play and that I used to, you know, participate in and show on YouTube. So now that you've seen this, next episode 100% will be back in the other world. So I'm very, very sorry that, again, if you were expecting progress in the new world, again, I do apologize, but yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the stroll down memory lane. Next episode, you will see me back in the new world. And yeah, I'm saying goodbye to this world in the previous one. For now, maybe I get the inspiration to log on and build again, but who knows. So with that being said, guys, hope you have a wonderful day. God bless you all. Have a great night.